Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. On this channel, we do road glide content, we do some travel content, we do some live streams, so I greatly appreciate the support. So that being said, this is my 2020 Road Glide Limited. This video is going to be part of my build out series. I'm working on making the bike a little bit more my own and customizing it. So to that, Advan Black was nice enough to send me their Billiard Red, which is color matched to my bike. So these are color matched handguards that are going to really make a difference on the bike. Now, I don't know, I bought this bike used last year. I don't know whose handguards these are as far as the manufacturing. Really doesn't matter, but what I did want to show you is the size of these compared to these is significant. You're going to have a lot more top and bottom coverage, and you're going to have that sort of unique, it sort of builds out, it's on a straight line. So if I hold them up here, you can see there's going to be a significant difference, and the biggest difference that I'm seeing here, and I'll show you in some B-roll, is the curvature is a little wider, so you're going to get the air to come up, and it's also a little further out, so you're going to get that protection from the side from these handguards. It's going to be a really simple install. You're just going to need a ratchet to pop out the nut for the mirror. You're going to need a hex key to put in the mounts for this, and then like I said, super simple install. Now Advan Black, when they send this to you, you're going to get three brackets. You're going to get the hydraulic clutch side, which is what my bike has. You're going to get the brake side bracket as well as the cable clutch bracket. So depending on how your bike is set up, that's going to be your choices as far as putting the mounting bracket on. So like I said, it's going to be a super quick install. We're going to knock this out, and I'll take you through the steps of what's involved. So for the sake of time in the video, we're just going to do the right side of the bike, and then I'll show you it with them both on. Like I said, it's going to work the same way on either side. So all we're going to do here is take our ratchet. We're going to get this nut loose. Now we're just going to hand back it out that it's loose. You want to try and maybe keep an eye on where you had your mirrors. If you, just going to be one thing that'll going to save up the setup. So what we're going to do is take this nut off. Feels like it has the world's longest thread on it. We're going to slide the mirror up. We're going to hold on to this washer, and now we're going to take the whole handguard off. So like I said in the beginning, the handguards are going to be the same direction or the same model. There's no left or right to it. I did grab, and I said there are three brackets for the handlebars. This is going to be the right side brake bracket. So what we're going to do here is just put this on. Now in pre-fitting this before the video, the one thing I did notice is these back holes here are going to be a little tight, and it looks like maybe some paint got into them. Not a big deal, just something you need to be aware of. You're going to have to, I was able to work the bolt in a little bit in and out before to get it loose enough to drop this in. Not a big deal, but something to be aware of. Just going to line this up. Like I said, this is going to be super easy. You're going to just line this up and work that in. I mean, you get the concept. It's not really, like I said, this isn't rocket scientist. This would be an install. If Moto Blonde was doing it, she would have thrown out the directions and said, suck it up and be a man. She wouldn't say that part. So we're going to do the same thing with this bolt. We're going to line this up and put it in the front here. And we're just going to work this in. One thing I will say is when you do this, make sure you take your time. You are touching plastic, although there is a metal thread in the center. You just do want to be careful. And I'm going to work this in. We're just going to snug these up, and we should be good to go. Well, it'd probably be better if I... So now we're just going to snug these up, and we will be ready to go. So like I said, the thing I've always been impressed with Advan Black's products is they are color matched to your bike, and they are 100% dead on. And like I said in the beginning, if you're into road glide content, consider subscribing, because I am actually going to put their CVO style fender on the back of the bike, which is really dramatically going to change the look of the bike, and I'm pretty excited to do that. So we're just going to cinch these up, and then we'll get right back to putting it on the bike. So now we're back to the front side of the bike. We're just going to, like I said, brackets installed. We're going to put the bracket down, drop the mirror in here, And that, kids, is all there is to it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slim up, or I should say hand tighten the nut, and get that adjusted there. The thing is with this, you don't want to go too crazy because you are going to have to make some adjustments. So what I'm going to do here is just hand tighten this a little bit more. You want to make sure that your mirrors are in the position that you want them in. So these look good, and then you want to make sure that your hand has clearance. So you want to find out the balance. You want to find the balance between getting the right angle, and like I said, you really want to just play with this. You want to make sure you have the distance. I may move these in a little bit. What you want is to make sure that if you go to grab a handful of brake or a handful of clutch, you're not going to grab this when you need to be grabbing this. So I'm actually going to bring these outside a little bit. So you can see here, if I hit the handlebar, I can't touch this. So there is that room, so I don't have to worry about hitting this and not being able to grab the controls. So we're just going to line this up a little bit. And apparently I live in the noisiest neighborhood in the world next to Monkey, because I've got the dog out back. I've got people doing their lawns. Now we're just going to snug this up, take our time, because what we don't want to do is lose the position that we're in. And there you go. All there is to it. Now, good to do the other side, and then we'll take a look at how they look on the bike and show you some of the features as well. All right, so now we got this on the bike. Just gonna hit it with some polisher. This is 1903. This is what I use. I love this stuff. And we're just gonna clean these off, buff it out a little bit. You can see too the white spots that were originally on it. That was just on the rubber from manufacturing. So you can see that it did clean off really nice. And I really do like the way these look on the bike, and I'll show you some wide shots where you can see both of them. But the other cool feature that I like about these, if you put your finger in the back here, you can pop these out, and then this is going to give you ventilation for the summertime. I thought that was really cool because you can leave these on year round. Obviously I'm going to need to try it and see how the ventilation is, but it's certainly going to be better than the solid ones, and it gives you some options. I personally want to leave these on all year round, and like I said, when it's hot, you pop this off, you have summer gloves on, you're going to get airflow. And again, real simple, you just want to work this in. One thing I was thinking with these is if you do take these out, make sure you put them in a good place so you don't lose them, because, you know, if you're like me and you're prone to losing stuff, so just make sure that you put it in a secure area so you don't lose them. I'm sure you could call Advan and get extras. But yeah, there it is. So we're going to put that back in. We're just going to clean this up. And that's really all there is to it. All right, guys, you can see now they're on the bike. You can see what both sides look like. I really, really do love the look of these handguards. You can see it's matched perfectly to the bike as far as the color match. It's Advan Black, so you've come to expect that. I certainly come to expect it, and they have delivered. So like I said, it's just another piece of my Road Glide upgrades that I'm doing. If you're interested in Road Glide content or any Harley content, I appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Please remember, you're not alone. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Love you guys all to death.